What's up YouTube, it's Jack and I'm back with another video. In this video I'm about to do my best to explain to you how the skill tree, perk, abilities, attribute points, pretty much everything in that nature work. This is how the skill tree works. The first thing you'll see is you'll see a split in the tree, and there's different ways you can go. Sometimes you can just go left or right, or sometimes you can go left, right, and up. What this means is if I was to choose this one here on the left, I would not be able to continue to choose perks in another direction unless I wanted to respec. From the skill tree, you're able to unlock perks and attribute points. And every character has a different skill tree. You might have the same perks as another character, but there's only certain perks that you're able to get. Like if I wanted to get the tracker tag perk, I'm not able to get the rage perk with that in the same loadout because they're on two different branches in the skill tree. And there's ways to get random perks that are not on the skill tree. And to know which perks your character is able to get, you can click on loadouts, and here where it says perks, there's 2 pages full of perks under all, and these are all the perks that your character can get. So I don't know how many there is in total, but there's a lot. There's other perks in the game, so if you don't see any perks here, you're not going to be able to get them in your skill tree, even from a random perk. The perks that you have here are the only perks you're able to get. If you've unlocked every node on your skill tree and you don't see a perk on the skill tree, it's gonna be a random perk. But if it's not here and you know another character can get it, that means that perk is not able to be gotten on that character. So don't waste your time re-rolling. I didn't know that at first, so I was re-rolling for like an hour straight on a character last night, and little did I know that character wasn't able to get that perk from a random roll. That being said, let me show you what it looks like to even unlock a perk. So right here I'm going to go activate it, and these it obviously says what it is, extra attribute points, so you want to grab those. And this is the question marks are the random perks. This will be different every time you respec and click onto it. So let's see what I got. I got blood banker. So if you wanted to finesse a loadout, you can't, like, let's say you wanted to get activated but you also wanted tracker tagged, you're not going to be able to get tracker tagged from a random perk because you can't get a random perk that's already on the skill tree. Let me show you how to apply attribute points. So the most attribute points you can have on a single character is 50, so you have to split that up. It takes 1 for each attribute point, and then sometimes the perks cost just 1, sometimes it costs 2, and sometimes it costs 3. Now that I have some attribute points, this is how you apply the attribute points. So once you went out of there, you want to click back on loadouts, and from here, these are your stats. Killers just have these 3 stats, victims have 5 stats. So what you do is you see these arrows, you want to click right, and you see I only had 8 attribute points available, so I put all 8 on savagery, and you can at any time take these down and reapply them in any way you like, which is pretty nice. So you can build your character however you want. Another thing is there's loadouts. I don't really use loadouts because I don't find it that useful. So you can click X or Z to toggle back and forth between different loadouts. So let's say I want it on this loadout, I wanted completely different perks and completely different, like let's say I wanted all my points in endurance, but on this loadout, on the first loadout, I didn't want that, and I didn't want to just keep taking time to go back and forth. So now that I have this loadout built like this, I can go back to the other loadout, and you see how my attribute points switched and my perks switched as well. That's how that worked. Killers have a grandpa ability, which kind of acts as a 4th perk, but as you see here, delay between grandpa sonar ability is reduced by 20% at each level. You always want a grandpa ability at all times. The way the grandpa ability works, I'm not sure at what level, but it only activates once you have grandpa fed to a certain point. So as a killer, each killer has their own unique perks. So as you see here, Johnny only has 1, but every killer has a unique perk that only works for them, so be aware of that. Every character in this game has an ability, and that ability, when you click on it, it looks like this. It has its own skill tree. Now mine isn't leveled up on Johnny, but It works the same as the other skill tree. You can respec it, and it's separate than the other skill tree. So if I respec my abilities here, it won't respec my perks and things like that in the other skill tree. The way this works is you get to choose 3 levels of upgrading. So if I wanted to get the one all the way on the left, I can get that, but I can't go all the way from the left to the right without going to the middle first. So I can't just go here, level 1, then level 2 overheat reduction. So I'd have to go stalling resistance, and then I can go to overheat reduction, but that's not the build I want, so I'm just gonna go here. Every perk in the game has its own XP, and same with your abilities. Grandpa perks don't level up though, those don't change. But every normal perk and ability in the game has XP that takes to level up. Everything starts at level 1 and can go up to level 3, with level 3 being the best, obviously. And the way this works is the XP you get in a game goes directly to the perk. So it's not tied to actually using the perk, which is something I thought at launch of the game. I thought that, oh, I had to be doing whatever this perk does to get XP for it, but no, that's not how that works. You don't technically have to use your ability to get XP for them, so you don't have to worry about doing anything special to level these up. Just play the game and get as much XP as possible. So what I noticed as a killer, 100% of the XP I get in game goes directly towards my abilities and perks, but as a victim, 50% of the XP you get. So if I was to get 2,000 XP in game, only 1,000 would go directly to my perks, and it would be split between every perk that I have. You don't have to be using your ability to level up your ability. Get as much XP in game as possible on that character and you'll be fine. So that pretty much explains everything that I know of. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe if this video helped you. I'm going to continue to upload all sorts of videos that's going to help you new players at this game. So everything that I had a question with at one point, I'm going to answer and drop a video on that to help you guys out.